Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, this is actually pretty serious. At first, I was like half kidding. I'm like, it's just winter. This is record breaking. Like, it's not a normal. It's not. I'm not going to say it's. And see, here's the thing: a regular, normal person who may not know that there's some tinkering going on with our weather would say you're being a climate alarmist, not knowing that I'm the furthest thing from being alarmed at weather changes. But I know something's going on up there as well. What's going on, everyone? So, guys, we are live right freaking now discussing the shocking situation, which many people at first were saying, come on, man, it's just winter. Let me get this lighting going. But yeah, it's winter, man. But this is record breaking. And this is millions going to be at risk, man, and animals too. So we're going to be discussing this in full detail and the evidence and proof and facts that I'm not going to be sharing on Instagram about it because I know Gab said I'm in New York City. It feels artificial like Freon. Dude, Freon in refrigerators. I know all about it, man. It's freaking shocking. So this guy's making a joke about Rumble, but I'm serious, guys. We specifically, you got to understand something. In 2021, I got my account deleted at almost a million followers. Right now, I'm about to breach the octave. 937,000 followers was my peak in 2021 before I got deleted. I'm about to break through that again. But in doing so, I've become much more careful about what I share and discuss on here for obvious reasons. Shout out to Japan! Mimo Tokyo, what's going on, man? I know one Japanese word, not Tamagotchi, Mitsubishi. No, 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 no. There was a greeting. Anyway, listen, we're going live. We are live right now on my Rumble live stream channel. It's free to download, free to watch, and free speech. I know some of you, just like the TikTok dopamine, you look at my video, whoa, that's crazy about the sun, man. Maybe the sun isn't what they say. And then you keep scrolling. But for those who want like a deep dive and who are interested in actually kind of want to hear things, Kawasaki, that's right. You want to hear a deep dive into these subjects uncensoredly and sit down and hang out and talk to other people who are fully aware of what's going on and it be a chill time. That's what the Rumble channel's for. I already know most of you that's not. Like, it's not for everyone. But if you're aware of what's going on and you want to hang out, Konnichiwa, that's right. Shout out to Tokyo, man. Anyways, no, I'm not baked, dude. It's freaking freezing out. I probably got blasted by minus 30 winds, frying my eyeballs. No, I'm not. I don't smoke anything, dude. So chill, man. But Lindsay, the link is in my bio. So if you click my link tree, you'll see a Rumble link. It's free to click, free to download, like I said, and free to join. And we're streaming there right now with hundreds of people. It's just shocking. They might have to increase the server bandwidth. There's so many people there. Achilles said, spill the beans. I am spilling the beans. Come to Rumble for the beans to be fully spilled. Organic beans that are freaking sprouted so they don't have any anti-nutrients on them. Okay? Much love, everyone. We'll see you there. Sam Riediger. Sam, what's going on, dude? Shout out to Sam, man. You guys don't even know Sam. Sam pulled me out of a ditch before. Like, he's a real friend in physical life. Like, most of you guys are just kind of pen pals, you know? He's actually real. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Okay, come to Rumble. I'm serious. Much love, and I want to see you guys on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. Get over there right now. This is freaking shocking breaking news. Shout out to Bali, man. At least you guys don't have to worry about the cold. Okay, what's up, everyone? Good morning. Yeah, Patty Vayner. Someone said, spill the beans. I said, buddy, I'm trying to spill them, but you're refusing to adhere to them. Is that plate in that thing behind me on an angle? And you see the cat too. Eh? They say cats protect your energy field, whereas dogs protect your physical body. There's this woman who drives a really funny car that's super colorful, and she lives at the end of this road. I know where she lives, and she has a pet pig that lives in her house. Like, it's a fucking piglet that she lives with, and she's like kind of like you'd think like a crazy cat lady, but she's a crazy pig lady. She has a pet pig in her house. Anyway, what's going on, everyone? Yo, shout out to Joshua. He said, "Who are you?" Shout out to Joshua, man. Joshua Cold. Well, you came to the right stream, dude. We're talking about record-breaking freezing temperatures. I'm making light of it. You know, we're having a joke. It's all good, but dude, this is actually kind of concerning. So, for one, it's probably a pretty good idea to have like extra blankets and also, Google like how to make your house retain the most heat in the event of like a grid down scenario. Because I've already thought this. Like, I have neighbors down the road and near me who don't have a generator and don't have a wood burning fireplace. If the power is out for more than 2 days and it's in the middle of winter, they are freezing cold. Like it becomes a survival situation. And so, our whole, especially in a cold region, but warm too. I mean, a warm region, if the grid goes down, like, it's kind of a shitstorm. Like food supply is a main issue, but in a cold place, it's a little bit of a different problem that comes around when it's freezing cold and the grid goes down. Now, I'm not expecting and I'm not thinking that the grid is going to go down, but I will say, like, it's kind of concerning. We have these people coming out and saying, and Candace Owens tweeted about um, there's going to be some cataclysmic kind of, or like a 9/11 style event in the second week of December. She came out and said that. Um, Now we're getting into the second week of December, and it's like going to be minus 30 in states that have never been, at least in recorded history, that cold across that wide of a spanse of land. I know spanse is not a word, but you know what I mean. I was looking at a map. Dude, it's like all Midwest United States, even in freaking Texas, is going to below zero. Remember the Texas snowstorm they had? And it was what do they call it? Snowmageddon? You guys don't have winter tires on. So if you get snow on the ground, you can't you don't get much traction in a summer tire in the winter. It's shocking. And you gotta, so it is a concern. Now you may be thinking, what am I, like with the Shane Vibes weatherman? Like I'm talking about the weather? No, this is where we haven't went yet. Why did it all of a sudden get so cold so fast? Dude, it was like in November, I was t-shirt and shorts in the yard, sunny day. Well, the end of October, I guess November is when it started. But dude, usually the last 5 years, I don't know about you guys, but where I'm in the northern hemisphere, at the tip top of freaking, well, actually, if Lou is on here, she is more north than me, and she's in New Hampshire. And there she is. Wow, I just psychically detected Lou. I said Lou before she even commented, and I already was talking about her. That is a synchronicity. Where everyone on here is exactly where they're meant to be right now. When I have a synchronicity, but you guys are involved in it, I feel like it transcends to all of us. We all have a synchronicity here. So everyone's in exactly the spot they're meant to be right this second. So let's just take a moment and be present with that. It's so beautiful. But my point is that we're talking about freezing temperatures that came the last 5 years. It was literally fall until Christmas when it snowed. It was fall weather up until it snowed. And I know you may be thinking winter. I guess that sounds kind of stupid. It's like, yeah, it's usually fall before winter. But what I mean is when I grew up, October 31st always had snow on the ground. Freaking Halloween was always snowing. And for the last 5 years, it didn't snow till December 31st or December 25th. So all of a sudden this year, it is definitely a change. All of a sudden, it's literally like February or January temperatures at the beginning of December. Dude, it is minus 20 right now. It is never minus 20 at the beginning of December. I don't even know if in my life, I got to go look at temperature records. But again, I'm not saying this to be like, see, this is the thing. They're going to tell you, it's really cold because the jet stream is destabilized because of climate change. So whether it's too cold or too hot, too fast or too slow, the excuse will always be, as opposed to them saying global warming now, they'll say it's climate change, which is a blanket statement that can encompass any weather event. It hailed in July, that's climate change. Like, you know what I mean? No matter what the weather event is, it's climate change. They don't tell you, of course, that they are offloading bajillions of particles of heavy metals into the sky every single day, modifying and hijacking the Earth's natural weather systems. Which, by the way, just so you know, I know we're not going to go too far into like anything to do with the shape of the Earth on this live. Perhaps, maybe we will if we get the Q&A going. But just so you know, a jet stream, if you look at the official maps of the jet stream, look at my fingers, it's like woo, 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 all around the world, up and down. But on a flat Earth map, the jet streams basically are in perfect circles. So which one is more likely? I don't know. But people are looking at flat Earth maps wondering, did the ancients know? Shout out to Basecamp. He said, I got my first order from Chalk. Love the lit, tasty. The Chad makes my skin rather. What did I say? Skin. My skin feel prickly during workout. Dude, Basecamp, I had that today. I chugged my Chad mode. Guys, if you're wondering what, we're actually going to give away one Chad mode on this live, by the way. I'm glad you brought that up, Basecamp. We're giving away a single Chad mode on the live. I'll explain how it works. But dude, the Chad mode, I had one today, double scoop, slugged it back out of this jar. And the tingles, man, they're literally addicting. Like, I don't know if that's, but you long for that feeling because there's niacin in there. And there's organic, of course, now, Basecamp Health, but there's 150 milligrams of organic caffeine per scoop in each scoop of the Chad mode. And that is cold water extracted from green coffee beans. So it hits completely differently than all the synthetic caffeinated beverages, which encompass basically all caffeinated beverages. Pre-workouts, energy drinks, Red Bulls, it's all synthetic caffeine, which they actually grow like in a lab or like a test tube. Whereas the caffeine that's in the Chad mode is cold water extracted from green coffee beans. So it's actually pure and real. And interestingly, by the way, the blue spirulina, I just watched another thing on blue spirulina because it literally is trending right now. There's blue spirulina in the Chad mode, which is one of the most potent binders in the natural world. It grabs onto heavy metals and phthalates and microplastics and pesticides, the heavy metals that we're inhaling from chemtrails every day. It actually excretes out of the body. So that's why I'm always hyping up the freaking Chad mode. You will absolutely love it. We're going to give one away on the live for free. And I wanted to mention too, Basecamp, I am stoked you got your freaking order, man. The chalk lit powder. I'll explain. Maybe the first person gets to choose between a free Chad mode or a free lit. But the lit is the organic heirloom cacao from Bolivia. It's super detoxing. It has a ton of antioxidants. It's believed to decalcify your pineal gland, and it is freaking delicious. You will love the lit powder. It's one of the top superfoods. I'm glad you got the lit too. Basecamp got it on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, which means he got, he got some freebies and a massive discount. We do have a few coupons open for the discount tonight, though, or rather for a few discount code uses left for tonight. I'll explain the deal in a second. Shout out to Basecamp. He said, I noticed I do not feel jittery, even though that is more caffeine than I typically take. Dude, I don't know what one of you will understand properly scientifically about this, but I never did much pre-workouts or energy drinks. However, one of the main reviews about the Chad mode is that you can drink it, a lot of it, and not get jitters, which I didn't realize was such a phenomenon in the like supplement or the energy drink and pre-workout world. And I guess the jitters is because of the freaking it's synthetic caffeine. They got all kinds of fake flavors, fake colors, fake bullshit in there that's toxic. Maybe that just gimps you, I don't know. But all I know is with a Chad mode, you do not freaking get that. So if you're looking to replace an energy drink or replace your coffee intake, or you want something in the afternoon to pick you up, or something that gets you through the entire night, if you're doing freaking night shifts or something, the Chad mode is amazing. So this is the way the deal works. It's first come, first serve. The website is choq.com, choq.com. I just put it in the chat. That's interesting, Swing, because remember Aloha was always talking about his ticker. He's always talking about his heart and about the Chad mode, but that's interesting, dude, that you tested your heart rate. So do you have like an Oura ring or something? Anyways, guys, so click the link, choq.com. At choq.com, which by the way is based in Texas, it ships out of Georgia. They've got an all-American customer service team, family-owned business. Since 2019, I was the first person to break the news on Choq, partnered with the owner who was on our live the other night. Did you guys catch the live the other night with freaking Seidenman, Choq himself? It was awesome. I should replay that. But anyways, superfoods from around the world. I'm talking purified shilajit, which boosts testosterone for men and optimizes endocrine function for women. It's a hormone optimizer, massively increases fertility. If there's a single supplement that you may wish to be taking, I highly recommend it be the shilajit. It is considered, they call it the destroyer of weakness. It's clinically studied. Ours is clinically studied. That doesn't go for all shilajits. It binds to free radicals. It's super detoxing. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. It stimulates the production of new brain cells. So that's neurogenesis. That it makes you have better memory, concentration, and focus. It's freaking amazing. That's the number one supplement for men and women, the purified shilajit. So the way this deal works is the website is choq.com. The coupon code is 44life. There's a couple uses open for that code on this live. That gives a 44% off lifetime discount. So if you go to choq.com and you add any supplement to your cart, let's say you get a shilajit, or you look at the ashwagandha and you decide you want some of those 45 clinically studied benefits, which are absolutely insane, organic ashwagandha, and you apply that discount code 44life, drops the price 44% off for life. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. The first two people who order get a free $60 bottle of the Choq Minerals, which is cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah, which is freaking amazing. Rebuilds your DNA, boosts your memory, super detoxing. That's free for the first two people. But the first single person who gets a male or female stack gets to choose between a free Choq lit powder or a free Chad mode. Now, I recommend, here's how you can get some serious bang for your freaking buck. Get a performance stack with the code 44life, almost 50% off. That has a Chad mode in the stack, and then you get another Chad mode free. Or alternatively, you get the performance stack because you want the Chad mode in a stack, and then you get the lit for free. Either way, if you're one of the first couple people, you're getting a freebie, you're getting that massive discount. Make sure you apply that on a subscription. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. But keep in mind the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption. So I wanted to get that. I wanted to, look, dude, we can talk about chemtrails all day and I will tell you about them. But like the key to all this, when you get down the rabbit hole far enough, there is a war on your health, on your consciousness, on your DNA, on your pineal gland. Then they want you weak and calcified and docile. And if you are like logically thinking minded and you actually research what's happening with the food supply today, not just like, oh, there's some processed foods, like there's a few seed oils. Like I'm talking like if you get to the bottom of what the hell is going on with our food supply, there is no other takeaway. There's no other explanation than that there is a nefarious and evil plot against humanity. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess that sounds like extreme. Someone will be like, really, man? Like, you don't just think like it's a bit of corruption? Bro, when they take aborted fetal cells and they grow tissue from those cells and they add that to processed food, who the heck does that? Who isn't evil? Who possibly would think of doing that without some nefarious black magic evil trick like witchcraft or something? Who takes genetically modified E. coli? Who takes E. coli, genetically modifies it, and then extracts its fecal matter and calls that aspartame and adds that to milk, to thousands of food products? Like, it's so anti-nature that it's not, it would be foolish to be like, oh, they just don't really know. Like, this is calculated and designed. This is the uncomfortable thought, though. The uncomfortable thought is that it's like part of a plan. It's easier and more comforting to be like, there's some shit going on, man, but like, what can you do? YOLO. Rather than like, whoa, like they're plotting on our demise here. So I get it, but that doesn't mean, you want to pipe it down and not think about it, or worse, downplay the significance and the seriousness of it. But I digress. So I posted a video, or I'm about to post a video rather. It's made, ready to be posted. Remember I was telling you guys for a while that there's a whole bunch of, if you go out at night, like Swing can do this because he's in Florida right now. It might not work if you're somewhere cold, if you're breathing in front of this thing. But if you get a flashlight and you go outside at night after a heavy spray day, when you see a bunch of planes flying around, and you shine that into this, like up, you will see a dry particle storm. You will see particles floating around in the air. That's not steam. That's not dust. That's not pollen. That is particles flying around. And the meme comes to mind. You think that's air you're breathing? And now look, I'm not going to go out and say, are we even breathing air? That would be a bit schizo. But I mean, like, there's definitely something in the air. And I'm not the only one. I mean, you got Dane Wigington. Who here knows Dane Wigington? Comment if you do. Stack said, it's hard to find real fruit anywhere anymore. Save seeds if you can. Find one in any citrus. Dude, Stock Siren. I have a whole bunch of little jars littered throughout my freezers of different seeds. I should have done a better job labeling them, but dude, collect all the seeds you frickin' can, man. Swing, did you email or DM Chalk or DM me? Because the assistants in the DMs will assist you. Just DM me your order number. We'll figure that out, dude. They might have been missed for a second. But anyways, yeah, we should be saving seeds. I saw a video. Well, we watched together. You guys saw the documentary called Seed: The Untold Story. And that is a very inspiring documentary. I'm talking about seeds of hundreds, dude. There's hundreds of species of apples. And there's 3 that we get in the grocery store. There is hundreds of species of squash, possibly thousands of species of peppers. And we have 2 or 3 of each of those in our grocery stores. And furthermore, dude, a new restaurant pops up in town. Mary's Fried Chicken or something. But it's a chain restaurant. And It's lined up. People are like, "Woo, like let's try this new restaurant." But I already know everything going to that restaurant is from Cisco. This is why people are complaining that all restaurant food tastes the same, because they're getting the food, all of them are getting it from the same supplier. It's the illusion of choice. It's completely the illusion of choice. You think you're going to a different restaurant, getting different food, different blah blah. It's all coming from Cisco. I don't recommend going to a restaurant unless it's some super organic, local, blah blah blah, because the meat is coming from Cisco, and they've structured the system so that it's very difficult to remain in business if you aren't getting your food from the same mega corporation. It's all designed. It's all part of the plan. I know, but that's why you just got to eat at home, man. And plus, your money goes a lot further if you eat at home than going to these restaurants that have a bunch of poisonous stuff in it anyway. Sunny said, I just got my lit and all my chalk ordered today. Super stoked. Thank you, chalk. Shout out to Sunny, who just got her freaking amazing order. Shout out to Sunny. What'd you get? Your lit and a bunch of other chalk. That's freaking awesome, Sunny. Hold on. Chalk just said there's a bunch of people on the site. Let me just make sure if any coupons have already been used, because I want to make sure that we hold a slot for you guys. If someone's on the fence, they're about to order, I'll get a slot held for you. Okay. Oh, someone did. Okay. Someone just got a Shilajit. Someone just subscribed to a Shilajit. Congratulations, who just got the chalk hot water purified clinically studied Shilajit with the code 44life, which comes to less than $1 a day. And they're getting the free $60 bottle of chalk minerals included in their order. Congratulations to who just got the Shilajit. And anyone, that means there's still another minerals to give away for free. And the next person, like I said, the first person to get a male or female or the performance stack, I recommend the max stack because it's 44% off right now with that code 44life. If you get a stack, you get the free Chad mode or the free lit. You get first dibs because you're first getting a stack. If you never tried, dude, the stack is the ultimate combo for men and women. 3 of the top superfoods for men and women in the male and female stack for hormones, fertility, detox, brain function, energy. You know, it's amazing how many benefits that I'm not an herbalist or anything, but dude, it's been since 2019 that I have been like, yo, take chalk, man. Like chalk it up. Like get chalk into you now. And it's actually such a beautiful thing because you know how many people, well, for one, just saying, like, picture this, pat yourself on the back, Patty Mayonnaise. Think of this. There are over 5,000, and these aren't all from me, but there are over 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews for chalk on Trustpilot, which is a review website that you can't fudge the numbers with. It's verified. It's like it is the place for reviews on the internet that you can actually trust because you can't mess around with it. And there's a bunch of fake review sites out there, but Trustpilot is not one of them. 5,000. And I would say a bunch of those are for me, who are dear souls who saw my videos and were like, there's a lot of like influencers who are on here like, whoa, man, check out this crazy cool viral video. And then I would like to think that, and this is by no means like I'm not, but I'm just thinking like, when I didn't have an Instagram account that was this big influencer guy talking about stuff, and I was just a follower of all these different other people's pages, there's ones that would stand out to me. Whereas like this guy is talking about something crazy, and this is cool, and this is a unique perspective and a unique page that has information, and that is a cool guy, and I'm going to follow him. Boom. And I'd like to think that the genuinity, is that a word? The genuineness of clearly my content. You see, I'm not bullshitting around willy-nilly. Like I do walk the talk. Like I'm talking about organic. I'm showing you guys my freaking organic grocery haul. I'm showing you freaking the raw milk. I'm showing you stacking firewood, like I do live what I'm talking about. This isn't like a show. I guess it is the Shane show, but you know what I mean? Like, so anyways, it's cool when people detect that. Holy cripers. Mr. All Halal just ordered. Shout out to All Halal. Dude, what's up, man? He just got a stack and a lit. Dude, congratulations to Halal. Dude, you just got, salam alaikum, man. You just got a freaking free Chad mode. If you get the choice, actually, dude, you can choose between a free Chad mode or a free lit powder. Free Chad mode or free lit, dude. Which one do you want? You ordered a lit, so I don't imagine you might want 2 lits though. You might want another lit, or you can get a Chad mode. Let me know. I got Chalk on the line right now, and I can tell them what to prefer to put in your freaking order. Shout out to Halal, man. Absolutely amazing. You're gonna be thrilled, man. So you got the male stack. So hold on, dude. Listen, Halal. You realize that the freaking ashwagandha that's in the male stack that you just got is clinically studied. You're going to get the Chad mode, man. I'm going to tell them to give you a Chad mode because you got to try the Chad mode. You got a lit. And the Chad mode, if you heard at the beginning of the live, organic blue spirulina, organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, super detoxing, delicious. Start with a single scoop because it's freaking strong. You're going to love it. You're getting a free Chad mode, dude. Congratulations to Halal. But the ashwagandha that's in your male stack is clinically studied to not only increase melatonin production, so you get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it, but also it boosts fertility. It increases testosterone. It is a hormone optimizer. It's a superfood, man. You're going to freaking love it. And don't even get me started on the Tongkat Ali, which is in your male stack, which boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days. Dude, you're going to feel a freaking difference. Shout out to Halal, man. Congrats, and thank you for keeping the lights on the stream as well. I'm going to shout out that we're live on Instagram again. Guys, if you're on the fence, apparently there's a number of other people on the site right now. If you're on the site, make sure you apply that discount code 44LIFE. That's 44LIFE to unlock the discount, the 44% off lifetime discount. And like I said, you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. Just keep in mind, a lot of the clinically studied benefits are based on consistent consumption. I'm about to, oh, no way. CTV News, I'm about to read you guys this crazy news article. But what I wanted to say is I'm about to announce that we're live again on Instagram, and there's going to be a whole bunch more people on here. So if you're on the fence, they're probably going to scoop up those orders. So, or rather the freebies. There's only a couple freebies left. Hold on a sec. Sanka, we're about to deep state it up. Listen to this. Study that said glyphosate herbicide is safe retracted 25 years after publication. An influential research article that claimed a popular weed killer was safe has been retracted 25 years after it was published, prompting environment groups in Canada to ask the federal government to review the science on glyphosate use. Oh, the most toxic ass chemical basically that there is. Health Canada said Thursday that its decision to approve glyphosate will not be affected by this development. Okay, so it's already approved, so they're not about to unapprove it. Last week, the journal Regulatory Toxicology and Pharmacology retracted a paper published in 2000 that concluded that the herbicide glyphosate, the main ingredient in Roundup, is safe for humans. Oh my gosh. It is really a foundational paper against which a lot of regulatory agencies made decisions about whether or not glyphosate was safe. So, are you freaking serious, dude? That? Oh my God, look at this. Look at this. I can't believe they actually published this because this is mainstream news, which is usually full of baloney and full of bullshit. The documents also suggest Monsanto may have paid the study's authors. Wow, who'd have thought Monsanto would do something like that, man? Are you friggin' kidding me? Oh my God, man. The study has been cited more than 700 times. Dude, you know what, man? Wow. Shut it down, man. Yeah, it's a freaking joke, man. Shout out to Patty Mayonnaise, who is consuming a chocolate powder mug of cacao right now, such as I, even though I did finish this one, but I'm drinking a lit. Let's just, it's freaking delicious. Rocking a lit right now with bourbon barrel honey. Oh, bourbon barrel honey. Interesting. Sea salt, rose petals with goat milk cream. Holy crappers, Patty, what the hell is that called? A screwdriver or something? What do you call that? It should have bourbon and bourbon barrel honey. No, I'm just kidding. Patty, that's such a warm that okay. So Patty, you obviously are in a state that is freaking cold right now. If you're drinking that type of situation, you're having a cozy night. What is the exact temperature right now, by the way? Hold on, I gotta tell you guys because I'm not joking around. It is freaking freezing out. Dude, shout out to Butterdog, man. I'll turn it up. Shout out to Butterdog, man. Hold on a second. Temperature, it's minus 16, dude. So it just so you know, in Fahrenheit, um, I love how the states just never, they're like, no, we're not doing metric, man. That's awesome. 4 degrees. So it's 4 degrees, your guys' degrees. Dude, shout out to Butterdog, man. He's on the freaking live. He's built different. Shout out to Butter, man. Okay, hold on 1 second. Boom, bang, bingity. And congratulations, the guy who got the Shilajit, by the way. I'm not even willy-nillying around. You got a potent powerhouse of superfoods because you got the free minerals as well. You're gonna feel like $1,000,000 freaking bucks, man. No booze, just awesome evening cordials. Shout out to Patty. I'm vicariously feeling the vibrations of that. It's wonderful, really. Oh, by the way, everyone, one thing I must say. I gotta post that. Bing, bing, bing. Space, Disney, and dinosaurs. Coincidence? You know that I was in it. So listen, today I made a video. I hadn't posted it yet, but I'm about to post it. Swing 4 degrees that's our minus 16. That's freaking cold, dude. I made a video about how children's clothing, children's toys, in every toy aisle, you'll always find a ton of space, dinosaur, and Disney toys and clothes. It's like the most popular thing. You can almost guarantee anytime you go to a toy aisle, there's going to be dinosaurs, there's going to be Disney, and there's going to be space. Planets, spaceships, whatever, right? I go into Staples, happen to walk by the toy aisle, and no shit, dinosaurs, Disney, and space. It was a Play-Doh thing, it was something else, and a couple other things. I'm telling you, if you want to really mind control someone, you got to get them while they're young. Space, dinosaurs, and Disney. Can you imagine that? But that is so wonderful. You know, Patty, you know what else you can do with honey? And I know this because I'm a beekeeper, you know. This is another thing you guys may not know about me. I'm a beekeeper, man. If you take vanilla beans, open them up, get all the seeds out of them, put the seeds and the bean in honey, and let it marinate, you have vanilla honey, dude. And you can apparently do that with garlic and onions. You can do that with, I'm sure the list goes on. Honey is amazing. That's why when they kill the bees with all these chemicals, I say, and this was a problem for me, or this was a dilemma when I was going to the bee meetings. So you go to a bee meeting, right? And it's like where you meet up with all the other beekeepers in your region. And it's kind of interesting because it's kind of like regulated in a way. Like if you have beehives, you're supposed to register your beehives, right? You're not supposed to just have beehives. They're supposed to be registered. But anyways, you go there and which is suspect. Like they kind of want to know who is where that has what. That's what all this registration action is. It's like who is where with what. They want to register your wood stoves. They want to register your this, that, and the other, right? Anyways, I sitting in the bee meetings and we're talking about how the bees did this year and how many people's hives lasted the winter and all that. But in my mind, I'm thinking, so obviously we all like bees. We want to take care of bees, right? But what was on the menu, because there's a meal accompanied with this meeting, this bee meeting, it was like all, and I know this was naive, like I wouldn't go and preach about this now, but you know, all the food was like GMO. And I thought in my head, I'm like, hold on a second, like I guess no one knows here that like by buying GMOs, by feeding GMOs, consuming GMOs, and supporting genetically modified foods, you're helping on a broader scale like kill the native pollinators, the honeybees, and more because they don't like glyphosate, obviously. They certainly don't like monocultures of corn and soy and canola, which they can't even pollinate probably, uh, or depending on when they spray glyphosate on it, like they're dead if they go near it probably, um, and all that. So I'm thinking, but I guess we weren't there yet, or people aren't fully there yet about this shocking situation, you know. Patty, this summer I'm gonna do a full-blown vlog for you guys, a day in the bee yard, and it will be you'll be cracking up. Like, yes, I will make you laugh. I'll make you you'll learn a few things. Like I learned so much about beekeeping. It's not bee vomit. Anyone who thinks honey is bee puke is an idiot. I'm just kidding. One of you guys might think that, but it's not bee vomit. That's not proper at all. Um, yeah, that's true too, Patty. That's right. Nice. I have an epic vanilla paste. I will try. Thank you. No problem, Patty. If we want to do a recipe share, I'm open to do a recipe share, man. Okay, hold on. Let's get back into this shocking winter storm. I know someone joined at the beginning of this live, but you know how we do the lives a bit differently. Like I do have a title on the live. I do usually 99% of the time talk about what's on the title on the live, but it's also kind of a flow state in here. You know, we go through phases. Someone comments something and I go, oh, let me know about that in this. Anyway, okay, so emergency freak winter weather. What was the title of this live again? I'm just, guys, so I'm announcing that we're live on Instagram now. If you're on the site at chalk.com, remember to use the code 44life. You put that on any subscription or bundle, it drops the price 44% off for life. You're going to get a free minerals if you order on the live. The next person who orders rather gets a free minerals. I highly recommend checking out the male and female stacks because we're talking about some of the most potent superfoods in the natural world for detox, fertility, hormones. The chalk minerals, for example, which has the full matrix of minerals, binds to free radicals and heavy metals, rebuilds your DNA. It's a superfood. You could call minerals a superfood. They ignite every biological process in the body. Then you have the Tongkat Ali, which is in the male vitality stack, which boosts free testosterone 87% in 21 days, which is freaking shocking. It also boosts sperm count and sperm motility. So if you know anything about the amount of testosterone levels that are lower today and how much sperm count has dropped, I mean, even having your phone in your pocket, it affects your sperm, dude. It's absolutely shocking. Dude, shout out to Dat Sun Focus 3333. Dude, all halal. If you place another order with that code 44life, I got chalk on the horn right here. And what a lovely thought. Ordering for his daughter. Like when people say, yo, I'm ordering something for my dad or I'm getting my mom on something, I have my dad taking chalk. I got my mom taking the Shilajit. I got my brother on the Chad mode. Like this is something that's so beautiful to share because I'm talking detox. And our parents and people around us may need to detox even more than we do. Maybe this message, when you hear about chalk, maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's for your freaking uncle who may really need it, but I think we all need it regardless. Dat Sun said, I used the discount code and said I heard about it from you. Dude, shout out to Dat Sun. Let me just confirm. Hold on a second. But yes, halal. If you get something else, I'll get chalk to include the free minerals, dude. So the minerals you hadn't got yet on your previous order. And that is, like I said, it's cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah. So it's a mineral deposit in Utah. It's got the full matrix of minerals. Every single mineral is supposed to ignite a different biological process in your body. So today, unfortunately, even if we're eating 100% organically, we're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. It's unfortunate. So shout out to Dat Sun, who just got the Chad mode and the freaking minerals, dude. Hold on a second. Dude, shout out to Dat Sun. Dat Sun, let me know if you'd prefer to get the lit or the chalk 7 Wonders in your order. The 7 Wonders is the adaptogenic mushroom blend. that has chaga, lion's mane, turkey tail, cordyceps, oyster, reishi, and maitake mushrooms in it, which is extremely freaking good for your brain function. The chaga in there alone is believed to decalcify the pineal gland and boost nerve growth factor. Like it's super good for nerve cells, your nervous system, your memory and cognition. Some of those mushrooms are like revered around the world for being the most powerful brain boosting things in the world, next to probably Shilajit, I would say. But let me know, Mr. That's the Seven Wonders Dat Focus. And guys, anyone else on the fence? Because it seems like a bunch of people are on the site right now. And I guess Dat Sun and Halal both just ordered at the same time. And someone else before them ordered a Shilajit. Quickly go to chalk.com, check out the different stacks. I recommend getting a stack and apply that discount code 44life to unlock the discount. You don't want to be paying full price. Halal said, my daughter is 18. She has hormone issues. They probably would just put her on birth control to help that, but I would prefer the natural way. Dude, Halal, you're preaching to the freaking choir, man, 100%. You know what's crazy too about birth control is that, you know, that something in the tune of like tens of millions of doses worth of birth control are discharged into the water systems every year. Like it's bad enough that women actually take birth control, but another shitty part of it is that it goes into the freaking water and it makes the fish be all messed up too. It's freaking shocking, man. I can't believe I got to be the one to say it. Jesse said, Shane, you're awesome. Thank you, Jesse. She said, I have my dad taking daily freaking rights. My mom's taking Shilajit and my mother-in-law is on the female stack. Jesse, you are freaking flying high, okay? You got your mom, dad, and and mother-in-law on chalk. That is a vibrational boost. So we're all being boosted from that, Jesse. Your own karmic points are going up. Their frequency is going up. The consciousness of the earth is going up, all because you decided to open your mouth and spread the friggin' word of chalk and superfoods. Too Breezy said, which chalk helps with healthy weight and supporting healthy blood pressure? Too Breezy, do you notice the way I worded that? Because that's what you're asking. What you're really asking is, how do I help with healthy weight and how do I help with healthy blood pressure? So I would, the number one, let me put it to you this way, because I have to word it in a particular way. The number one chalk supplement for healthy blood flow, for healthy blood oxygenation, and for healthy heart support, so supporting healthy heart function, circulatory system function, okay? And this is the number one chalk that I have my dad taking, is the Action 2.0, because it has organic beetroot extract in it, which is interesting because beets, think of how red beets are. You're pissing red. It's red. And it's so good for your blood. It's insane. So it's an extract. Also, it's got that rhodiola in there and the S7 superfood blend. Healthy heart function, healthy hormones, also super detoxing, and healthy oxygenation. There we go. Swing said it, man. He knows. The Action 2.0, exactly. Wow. Too Breezy said, I have the Action 2.0, Irish Moss, Ashwagandha, Seven Wonders, Daily Minerals, Shilajit, Tonka, Chad Mode, and Lit Powder. My dad could definitely use them all, I assume, for health. Breezy, your assumption was correct. Usually we're not supposed to assume. My grandpa always used to say, when you assume, you make an ass of you and me. I don't really fully get it, but like assume can spell like ass, you, and me if you put it together. But anyway, assumptions aren't usually proper, but that is a good assumption. Yes, if your dad took a shitload of superfoods from chalk, that would be quite excellent for his health. Oh, and the healthy weight, dude, the Shilajit, this is what they found out, eh? Shilajit, minerals, and Irish moss have a shitload of minerals, right? The minerals increase nutrient absorption and nutrient delivery, because every single vitamin requires a mineral to activate it. Therefore, dude, a lot of people who are like super chubby, it can be, there's studies coming out, like we're still finding out, but like generally someone who's actually like obese, and again, chalk does not treat, cure, diagnose any disease. It's not a weight loss thing. Like it can support healthy weight, it can support healthy metabolism. But just to clarify, but like someone who's fucking obese, they're not getting the minerals. They're not getting probably cellularly hydrated in the slightest. Like there's shit that's going on that, you know. So I definitely recommend your stack basically for your dad, because he's getting minerals from 3 different sources: the Irish moss, the Shilajit, and the chalk minerals. and that increases the amount of nutrients he gets from his food. That would probably properly calibrate his hunger um, sense as well. You know what I mean? So he's not going to be like hungry all the time. If he's getting the nutrients, the minerals. Yeah, dude. I think your dad should definitely be taking chalk. I encourage no birth control. It's synthetic trash. I concur with Shane and go with the natural route. Way to be an awesome dad. Exactly, Patty. Oh, guys, by the way, my I'll tell you about it in 2 seconds. So, guys, I'm announcing right now that I'm live on Instagram again. A bunch of more people are going to come on here. If you're Halal or Breezy or Mr. Someone else commented as well. If you're on the fence, you're on the site right now. Make sure you get that order in with 44 Life. We'll chuck in a freebie. And that is a lifetime 44% off discount. Is it suggested to take extra milligrams in addition if you are taking Shilajit Minerals Irish Moss? Good question. Let me know if this properly, adequately answers it, Basecamp Health. My understanding with bioavailable minerals, which is what's in the minerals, the Shilajit and the Irish Moss, is that you cannot overdose. You can't OD on bioavailable minerals. If you're getting an excessive amount of them, then your body would just excrete the excess. But my understanding also is that, like you've probably heard me say a bunch of times, is that we're getting so few minerals today that it's freaking shocking. Oh, magnesium, mg. I thought you meant extra milligrams in addition. Okay. Dude, yeah, if it's bio, I mean, there is bioavailable magnesium in the Irish Moss and in the chalk minerals. Probably in the Shilajit too, but I'm not 100% sure. But dude, as long as it's like a good source, which I don't really know too many, then like that wouldn't harm you, put it that way. Dude, halal, I recommend, if I were you and you really want to detox hormones, fertility, brain function, healthy memory, concentration and focus, healthy sleep quality, pineal gland function, I mean, all of that stuff, I would definitely just go for a stack. Get the female stack, man. I mean, you could scale it back. Well, also the Chad mode is a funny one because you wouldn't think, like, you're thinking of, you know, hormones, you're thinking Shilajit, right? But dude, the Chad mode is so detoxifying and so naturally energizing. Surely, like, I'm gonna type in right now blue spirulina because that's what's in the Chad mode. Blue spirulina for hormones, guaranteed. It's like, yes, this is good as hell. Providing precursors for sleep hormones, boosting immunity, supporting healthy inflammation response, supporting hormonal balance. Oh, okay, I read it backwards. So it supports hormonal balance by managing healthy inflammation response, boosting immunity, and providing precursors for sleep hormones, tryptophan and melatonin. Wow. Okay. So blue spirulina. I'm learning something new right now. Blue spirulina contains tryptophan, an amino acid that helps produce serotonin and melatonin. Shut up, dude. Potentially improving sleep quality when taken in the evening. So she wouldn't take the Chad mode in the evening, but it's interesting that you would take the Chad mode in the day, get all the benefits, the nutrients, and then at night, because you got the tryptophan when you took the Chad mode, you sleep better. What energy drink can you take that improves your sleep? That's like a dichotomy, dude. Anyway, so halal, I hope that answers your question, man. I would go Chad mode and a female stack, to be honest, man. Very nutrient rich. Yeah. Wow, that's freaking cool, man. Okay, here we go. Emergency freak Arctic storm plummeting. Plummeting's a funny one, eh? Is it 2 M's or 2 T's? 2 M's and 1 T. There you go. Plummeting temps. Flash freeze. Beware. Oh, I guess I didn't really answer that. Yo, swing. You know what a confirmation bias is? I didn't even read I read his message, but it didn't register. To help them with, so what do you mean, halal? Do you mean like to get them off birth control? Because I would say what, use the fertility tracking app or whatever. Like there's a natural way to deal with it where you're not taking a synthetic hormone. We can talk about that. What's going on, everyone? Shout out to Ivan. Chill, buddy. It's not necessarily a winter storm. It is an Arctic polar vortex that is going to break records within the next 2 weeks for ice freaking cold temperatures, dude. Yo, you remember that MRVCE? Dude, shout out to Little Nature, man. Um, yeah, dude, they're saying in the next 4 days, California is going to be minus 20 degrees. No, I'm just kidding. That would be crazy. But no, I'm talking over 100 million Americans and pretty much all of Canada um, will have record-breaking cold temps. And I'm talking, dude, like I said earlier, we've had the last 5 or 6 years. It has been fall and nice, warm, mild fall up until all the way till December, and then it finally snows. Now it's the beginning of December, and it's minus 16 right now outside. It's never this cold this early. And I grew up, it was sometimes snowing in October. It was never minus. This is February weather, dude. This is freaking January weather. Yeah, dude, I see not too often minus 40. Stoic, this is the thing. Look, 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 look. I'm not saying minus 30 breaks records. I'm saying the amount of people in the United States, in the southern states, who are about to experience a record breaking cold is in the millions, in the hundreds. It's over 100 million people are going to be under like a freeze warning. And if there's a state of emergency, like how many people got generators? How many people heat their house with wood? How many people are in a city that the power went out and it was minus 30? How long will we have? I mean, I'm not trying to, and you're already thinking that I'm trying to fearmonger you something. No, dude. Something else is going on here. And we already heard what Candace Owens said is coming the second week of December. And I think this might have something to do with it. So we're going to talk. If that piques your interest, you may be thinking you should be discussing and hearing more about this. Shout out to Amelia. We are live on Rumble right now, which is a free speech platform, specifically because I don't want to say anything over here that could be flustering to the algorithm. I don't want to get a strike. So we are live right now on Rumble, which is at the link in my bio. Me too, Redeemed. Me too, dude. Shout out to that's a great username too. We're live right now on Rumble. It's at the link in my bio. That's absolutely right, Ariana. The link in my bio. Click the Rumble link. When you click it, you can make an account quickly and you'll be able to comment. Or you don't need to make an account, but then you can't comment. It is fun to be able to comment. We got all kinds of new people on Rumble every day. It's freaking awesome. So click the link in my bio, click the link tree, click Rumble, and come freaking watch, man. Because we're discussing this in detail, and I don't have to bite my tongue and tiptoe over words and all that. She may be Florida Mango. She may very well be, but it was still a little bit shocking. So let's talk about it. Exactly, Dan. Exactly. Okay, love you guys. Come on over to Rumble, okay? Really. No way. Okay, so yeah, halal. Oh no, you answered it. They aren't on birth control yet. Oh, okay, nice, man. Yeah, never put them on that. I would say probably never put them on that. Halal. If you're on the site right now, do the live chat and ask them if they have an. I don't know though, dude, because I got updated that you subscribed, you got the free chat mode, but then you did seemingly immediately cancel your subscription, which is fine. Of course, you can cancel or modify your subscription anytime, but like the idea is a consistent consumption is what really gets you to experience the full range of benefits. So it is somewhat neutral to see it immediately be canceled, but so I don't know if they're going to chuck like, dude, the chat mode is freaking one of the most expensive chalk products to manufacture. It's supposed to be here's a freebie to have your an amazing first month and stay subscribed so that you get to experience all the benefits and it helps with logistics and stuff to know who's subscribed to what as well. But and it supports the stream and everything. But anyways, dude, I can make sure they throw in a free I can get them to throw in a free minerals because there's still one more free minerals left to give away on the live. Dude, shout out to Maniac. Just jumped over from Instagram. Shout out to Maniac, man. The one thing I will say though, Maniac, that's right, Sonny. I would say that too. I concur with what Sonny said. But yo, Maniac, one thing, dude, and this is just like a little, it's not a big deal, but if you do, oh, really? Oh, Halal didn't. Well, hold on a second. Okay, so Halal, you're good, man. I don't know. I'm gonna ask them right now if they would do another Chad mode, Halal, but I think they might go minerals. Okay, so Maniac, your username's fine, but just be careful because anything. Okay, I found out something the last 2 days, so everyone pipe it down for a second. Literally, just focus. Okay. Okay, you're good, Halal. That must have been something else. The algorithm was messed up or whatever. Shout out to Halal, man. I'm freaking stoked for you. I'm getting word from Chalk right now about your freebie. Um, so I found out in the last month something shocking. You never want to talk shit literally about anyone. And you may be thinking like complaining, like gossiping, talking bad about someone. You're talking with your spouse about this freaking Cornish hen. Um, dude, butter dog, that was legendary, eh? You're talking about this Cornish hen you've had to deal with at work or whatever, right? And he's an idiot because he said this and he did that and he's so foolish, blah, blah. And you're talking about him. You're getting like energized thinking about how foolish this person is, right? The problem is your subconscious mind detects like 80% of what you're saying. You're basically saying to yourself. So if you're sitting there going, this guy over here, over there is an idiot, blah, 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 you're actually like polluting your own consciousness with negative talk. So I'm trying my hardest, like, to not talk smack about some of you guys specifically. No, I'm just kidding. But I am really, choosing to maintain the most positive freaking thoughts and sentences of all time. This is more important, more imperative time in human history. If you were in medieval Rome, sure, you could be talking shit about the lord or the landlord of the land who's, fucking taking all your crops or whatever. But right now, we're at the precipice, dude. 2030 is coming around the freaking corner. They want to connect us to artificial intelligence. They want a microchip in your forehead. It's the mark of the beast. That's coming, man. I don't know why people think this is all fake. It's absolutely coming. They're already putting it in plain sight with the wearable technology, which is conditioning you to accept the implantable technology. Like it's coming. So I think that human consciousness right now is on its way. Like we're at a tipping point for in the next few years, literally few, probably 5 years. We are either going to, and this is going to be imposed on us. So we're going to be it's going to be imposed on us to take the mark of the beast, to take a microchip, to be merged with AI. It's coming. And we are either going to accept the mark of the beast, get a microchip, be controlled by AI, and human consciousness, humanity will forever, or at least for a foreseeable future, be enslaved to artificial intelligence. And it's like a spiritual war that you'd be fucking shocked. The entities behind this, it's not even human, man. But the alternative is that human consciousness says, no, we do not want to be merged with robotic activity and AI, even though they're going to sell it to you as this will make you superhuman. That is fake. It will not make you superhuman. It will make you inhuman. You will no longer be fully human if you're merged with artificial intelligence. My point, though, we're coming to this point where it's going to go, there's two forks on this freaking road, dude. And I know we're going down the good fork, but I'm just like, because this is maybe this is egoic of me, or maybe this is like naive or something, but I'm thinking like the divinity and beauty of my life thus far and all the synchronicities and all this amazing path that I'm on. I'm kind of thinking like, is all that to end up like forcefully merged with AI and controlled by artificial intelligence and lose my sovereignty as a human being and become like in the matrix, for fuck's sakes? I just don't see it happening, and nor with all of you, dear souls, either. Like, I've watched Braveheart. People root for the freedom fighters in these movies, but then in real life, they sit back and, well, you had to get it to go to watch the game, or you had to get it to go to a restaurant. You know, people root for the freedom fighter, the rebellion in Star Wars. Who didn't like the rebellion, man? The rebels. But in real life, people acquiesce to the empire. Shocking. But anyways, the whole point of that Maniac was if your username was like Divine Soul, you'd be logging in, reading Divine Soul every day. But if you're logging in, not that you log in maybe every day, but and you read Maniac every day, it's kind of like some guy on the live once had a username that was King Death. And I'm like, dude, I don't know, man. That might be well. The problem with him was that he kept chirping, like he would join the live and then like talk smack and roast the live, and I'm like, dude, it's classic. You got a negative username and you're a negative Nancy. But Maniac, I'm not roasting you. God bless you, Maniac. You're a beauty. Holy shit, David, dude, David just got something. David, what did you get? Okay, guys, hold on a second. If you're joining right now, you're wondering what the Sam Dam's going on. We're talking about this crazy winter storm, which you just joined from Instagram because I was telling you about the winter storm, and then you listened to a 5-minute tangent about like keeping positive thoughts, and you're probably wondering, this is not what I signed up for. But that would be entitled of you to think. So don't think that way. I'm about to talk about the winter storm, don't worry. But we were talking before that about the heavy metals, the pesticides, the fluoride, the BPA, the microplastics, the atrazine, which reverses the gender of frogs, which is put in the food and water supply. And I was mentioning how when you do a full deep dive into all these chemicals and whatnot, you realize that like it is not a coincidence, nor is it an accident, nor is it incompetence. It is absolutely precise, calculated poisoning of the populace in low dose, slow dose to pollute you and weaken you. There's no other way. And I don't care. I got scientists who are aware, and I know scientists who are completely unaware. They think that it's foolish to think so like this is like an extreme thought that there's like an evil plan. Well, what the fuck do you call it when Tyrone Hayes comes out and says atrazine reverses the gender of frogs, it's not safe, and then they approve it? And what does that do to the genders of humans? What does that do to your hormones? Like, do they not know? And if they do know, why are they doing it? There must be some inhuman element here. Like, how could you do that to your fellow humans? We'll talk more about that. But what we're doing specifically is like, we could talk about Michelle Obama and all these problems, but I also wanted to talk about how there are solutions. You can be detoxing, you can be decalcifying your pineal gland, you can be boosting your fertility and your hormones and your brain function. And that's what we're doing on this live, specifically by giving away one more bottle of the Chalk minerals. So Chalk is based in the United States, all-American customer service team, small business. David, I'm about to talk to you. Small family-owned business, Patriots in control, ships out of Georgia, founded in Texas, 7th generation Texan, what's it called? Sons of the, like, dude, a beauty. You'll be shocked. Texas is all over Chalk, and they are giving away a free minerals today, which is the bioavailable minerals cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah. So these are minerals which rebuild your DNA. And again, even if you're eating 100% organically today, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. So people think, I eat healthy. Well, even if you eat 100% organically, you're getting a fraction of what you need for minerals. And minerals are the spark plugs of the body. They build your DNA, they ignite every biological process in the body, and they detox you, and we're not getting enough of them. So we're giving away a free minerals. It's first come, first serve. I just put the link in the chat. So if you're looking at the chat right now, make sure you click chalk.com, quickly go to the site so you're bumped first in line. The way the deal works, and I want to talk to David because he just ordered something. If you go to chalk.com, the number one supplement for men and women is the hot water purified Shilajit, which is clinically studied to optimize your hormones, increase fertility, boost brain function massively, super detoxifying, believed to decalcify the pineal gland, stimulates the production of new brain cells, which is called neurogenesis. Freaking amazing. That's what's in this. That's what the Shilajit does to you and your brain and your body. Okay, Shilajit. The next supplement, number one, number two supplement for men and women is the certified organic ashwagandha. And this one is clinically studied, shout out to Jake, to boost melatonin production. You get 1,000 times better sleep while you're taking it. It's a hormone optimizer. It has 43 clinical studies, healthy mood and focus. If you actually spent like an hour, like think of how many hours we've watched Netflix. If you spent an hour looking at the benefits of ashwagandha, there's no way you wouldn't make room on your freaking shelf, on your front doorstep for a bottle of ashwagandha. It's insane. It's in the male and female stack. And then Larry Bird said he needs some. Larry Bird, why do I remember? What is that? Larry Sinclair was Obama's alleged guy he hooked up with. Larry Bird, Admiral Bird. Let me know, Larry. Where do I know that name? Um, but anyways, the Chad mode, we're gonna get to it, but I wanted to mention chalk.com is the site. The coupon code is 44life. If you go to chalk.com and you add any supplement or bundle to your cart and you apply the discount code 44life, that drops the price. I'm about to answer Jake. 44% off for life on your subscription, which you can cancel or modify at any time. If you're the next person to order, you're getting a free $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. So that's the current deal. And it looks like Larry Bird is about to get the freaking Chad mode. He says he needs some Chad mode. The Chad mode is the natural pre-workout / energy drink from Chalk, which has a Chad meme emoji on it. Like, look at the Chad on there if it can focus. See that? Like, dude, people are going to be asking you what the Sam Damn you're drinking. Organic blue spirulina binds to free radicals, heavy metals, phthalates, microplastics, and pesticides, and excretes it out of the body. It also, apparently, blue spirulina, we just found out on the live, it increases sleep quality because it boosts tryptophan, which is a hormone, which increases or supports as a precursor to melatonin. So like you get a better sleep. What energy drink in the world detoxes you, naturally gives you energy with organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, and increases your sleep quality? It's freaking shocking, dude. You will love the Chad mode. So shout out to Larry Bird who said he needs a Chad mode. Did he say he needs a new? No, he needs some. So maybe he's never even had it before. Holy crappers, dude. Shout out to Larry Bird. You're going to love the freaking Chad mode, man. Get it now on the live with the code 44life and you'll get a free $60 bottle of the chalk minerals included. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I must have heard Larry Bird, but I never knew exactly who his dear soul was, but that's awesome, man. Basketball. Okay. Nice. Hold on, is this the Larry Bird? If so, dude, don't just get a Chad mode. Get 27 Chad modes, get 45 male vitality stacks, get 69 bags of the chocolate powder, and don't even use the code, man. No, I'm just kidding. Code is 44life. Shout out to Larry Bird, man. Jake said, I have ordered on 12/2. It still says it's processing. How long does it take to ship? Dude, it's usually like next day shipping. Double check or refresh. Or here's what you do, Jake. Send me your order number on Instagram, and I will immediately look up the details because we will find out immediately. Like it might have already been shipped, but something didn't update or something. We're about to find out, dude. But congratulations on your freaking order, bro. Shout out to Jake, man. Patty said, "Lifestyle is why you are consuming." Lifestyle is why you are consuming really choice support. There isn't any synthetic anything in any chalk products. I'm a chatty, happy customer and a fan of Shane. Shout out to Patty, lovely, dear freaking Patty, man. Patty is a regular guy. She's been around for a while. I feel like Patty and Lou and freaking even Larry too and Sunny. Dude, shout out to Chef Cook. Chef, I could talk to you, man. Cooking, I'm all about it, man. I just cooked, look at my stories. I just cooked a tip sirloin roast today. It was great. I actually might have overcooked it a bit. I mean, fuck, but whatever. I'm learning still, you know. I ordered the female stack and they gave me the okay, Halal. You got to keep that under wraps, dude. Shout out to Halal who just got a female stack for his dear daughter because he believes her dear DNA needs to be could use some detox and support and rejuvenation. Shout out to Halal, man. Congratulations and thank you again for supporting the stream, keeping the freaking lights on, keeping this cat behind me fed, man. Look at his little kitty cat back there. Shout out to freaking Halal, man. Thank you, man. And I'm stoked for you. You're gonna love it, and your daughter's gonna love it too. She's gonna love the freaking Chad mode. I'll tell you that. Lou said, yes, detox. I've been on chalk for 7 months now, and I think if I hadn't, I'd be in trouble now with all these chemicals. It's a tough freaking situation, man. You wake up and you walk outside and you're huffing in freaking brake dust. I mean, it's shocking, man. I know. And then, you shower in tap water. But Lou, I think you're on a well. Like, you don't need to worry about some of that stuff. The other thing, Lou, because you're so remote, is that you probably don't sniff synthetic fragrances often. Like, if you're in town, you're walking around, you're sniffing someone has their laundry machine going and it stinks like fabric softener up the whole fucking street. And I can't stand that. I mean, but I try to be positive about it. Lou said, oh, and Maniac, by the way, I saw your comment. It was a play on words. It's all good, man. That's awesome. Maine, dude, I love Maine. I would live in Maine if I was in. There's a bunch of I would love to live in Texas. I'd love to live in Florida. I'd love to live in Washington, or not Washington, maybe. I know it's too fucking rainy there. But I'd be in like Idaho, hunting, four-wheeling. I mean, come on, getting a fire going. Like, I love it. But Maine is basically my biome, dude. Maple syrup, like maple trees. That's why I would want to live in Maine or New Hampshire or like Vermont or something. But what's their political views over there? I know there's extremely low crime rate. But like, are they trying to open any floodgates or anything or what? David said, I ordered Shilajit and Chadmode and the lit powder and ashwagandha. Dude, shout out to freaking David, who basically got a hybrid between a performance stack and a male stack, but then he also got the lit. Dude, shout out to freaking David, man. You're gonna love the Shilajit. Hormones, fertility, brain function, detox, memory. I'm telling you right now, if there was a movie based on Shilajit, it would be the movie Limitless. It's a pill you take, a capsule you take that boosts your brain function freaking massively. So shout out to David on your Shilajit. The Chad mode, start with one scoop. Like Lou said, it's freaking strong. It is powerful, bro. You'll be tingling all over. And then the lit powder too, so freaking good for you and so delicious. You're gonna eat it by the spoon dry, David. Thank you, David. Keep me posted on your results. DM me anytime. You got a direct line to me on here or on Instagram. Shout out to David, man. Maniac said, do they have any maca products? Interesting question, actually. There's something similar. There's Mr. Lacuma and there's Mr. Camu Camu in the chocolate powder. So the organic heirloom cacao also has, it's not just cacao. Maine is asked politically, but it's red, if that makes sense. Well, Swing, I feel like the rural living dudes in Maine like kind of think the same way. Is there like a little city in Maine where it's a bunch of kind of Cornish hens who kind of think, other it doesn't Maine say like live free or die on their license plate, or one of those states does. But dude, the lit is not just cacao. I should specify. This is not just a big bag of cacao. If it was, it'd be pretty hard to emulsify, and it would be pretty hard to. Oh, I just did this. Someone's gonna say I'm Illuminati. I was just putting my fingers in a mudra, man. Come on. Um, it's not just lit, or it's not just cacao. It'd be clumpy. You ever try to put cacao into water, like it's all clumpy? So it's got organic Ceylon cinnamon, organic vanilla bean powder, organic coconut milk powder, organic camu camu and lucuma extract, super high in freaking vitamin C. It's amazing, dude. It's delicious. It's detoxing. You're gonna absolutely love it, Mr. David. Now, Larry Bird said, or so Maniac. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, Lisa said, what are we talking about? Well, we're all over the place, man. Just the way it's vibrationally. And I got a synchronicity at the beginning of the live. So everyone who's on here is literally meant to be exactly where you are right now. It's a vibrational thing. I got a synchronicity because, well, I'll tell you about Lou in a second. But Lou said, no well water, no chemicals in my perfume. Amazing. Lou, that's how it used to be. Perfume used to be essential oils and natural things. It was healing and beneficial. Today's perfumes and colognes and anything with a fragrance is toxic. Once again, it has been inverted. What's good is bad, and what's bad is good. Perfume used to be healing, and now it is literally extremely freaking toxic as hell. So come on, man. Larry said, appreciate you always putting truth out. It's crazy how much we're lied to about just about every aspect of our life and history. I know, Larry, dude, I know, man. The two latest shocking things that I've learned in the last little bit is that the true age of the earth, that we definitely did not evolve and we were created. God is definitely real, of course. And the shape of the earth may not be a big ball too, but we'll find out. Fabric stench is the worst. I know, Patty. And if you hug someone who has synthetic laundry detergent, like your hands, your clothes, especially like I'm wearing wool right now. Wool, the one downside of wool. Today I had to go to freaking Crappy Tire, Canadian Tire, which most of the shit in there is made in China, which is hilarious that it's called Canadian Tire and everything in there is made in fucking China. It's a joke. But anyways, I had to walk through an aisle with every single chemical detergent fragrance you can think of. And I had to like browse this freaking aisle. And I had to hold my breath. Dude, it was so strong. It was freaking insane. So anyways, but I stunk like it when I came out of there just because I'm wearing wool. Like, fuck, man. But yeah, it is toxic. So we have lots of maple here. Amazing. Lou, you should get some. I'm trying to remember, Lou, do you do maple syrup? Let me know. The three cities in Maine are Democratic liberal strongholds. You know, But the reason their state is chill and good right now is because it hasn't, like, the consequences of voting that way per se have not been actualized fully yet. That's interesting, Maniac. Um, the rest of the state is very libertarian. That's what I heard. Maine is more of a libertarian-y state than more of a conservative state. Which, does that mean that they kind of are like, yo, I don't want to be involved in the bullshit? Is that kind of what that is? Vermont is open carry, no nonsense. That's cool, Patty. Um, yeah, that's right. Swing, you're right. California is only blue because the city. You go 50 miles, 30 miles outside of the city, and you got a cow poke and a freaking guy running a freaking making moonshine. Like, these are the kind of guys, the working. I mean, come on. Yeah, I know, man. Same with even where I'm in Ontario. Like, you got Toronto. Don't even fucking get me started. And then you got Northern Ontario, which does have, though, there is a number of people, like my neighbor down the road. I couldn't believe when he had that Liberal sign on, and I thought, you want more taxes? You want more of the bullshit that is, like, literally, we're on an unsustainable crash course right now. What type of mind control does it take? But I'm not necessarily saying that I think voting is a solution, but it's like, how fucking asleep are you, man? All that Febreze stuff disrupts your endocrine receptors. Yeah, like detergent too. Totally, dude. Horrible for the lungs. Horrible for the lungs, man. Totally. Another thing we need to detox. That's why whoever just got the Chad mode, congratulations. We have one more bottle of the chalk minerals left to give away on the live. If you're on the site now, dude, there has never been a better time than now to start detoxing, boosting your fertility, getting the heavy metals and the pesticides and the phthalates and the microplastics out of you. And you're getting a free minerals if you order on the live with the coupon code 44life. So make sure you apply that discount code 44life. Unlocks 44% off lifetime discount. I recommend getting a Chad mode and a freaking stack, man. Now I'm a couple messages behind. Hold on a second. And someone just got shout out to David, by the way. I'm stoked for David, man. Live Free or Die is New Hampshire. Oh wow, that's so Lou. You live in a state that says that on your license plate. That is freaking awesome, man. I wish Canada revolted against the crown too a long time ago, man. I've only seen one person only carry here in Florida since it was allowed. Well, from a strategic advantage, I don't think it's smart to, in Maine, you're allowed to carry with you at 18. Wow. I live in New York. Oh, dude, yeah, New York. I don't know how, dude. New York's right next to New Hampshire and all that, but then it's the city, man. They get a city, they fill it up with urbanites, they get them to vote one way, and then I know, dude. And look what Lisa said. Lisa said, same thing in the hospitals. They switched the sheets from linen, which has higher healing frequencies, to polyesters, which doesn't help at all. Apparently, not only does it not help, but it actually does the opposite, which is shocking. Sunny said, I want to go to Florida or Arizona for the winter. I need warm. I don't like cold anymore. Does it really get that cold in where you are in California, though, Sunny? I guess the ocean is right there blowing wind at you, though. Oh, wow. Look what Patty said. All the synthetic fragrance is the new birth control if the endocrine disrupts, endocrine disruptors from hell. Yeah, no shit. No kidding, man. New birth control. Wow. I put it in my chat. Shout out to Lou who does maple syrup too. That's freaking awesome. Shane, I can't believe people think their clothes are getting clean when they're doused in chemicals. Sonny, you know what I love about your thinking way is that it's like you really cracked open the shell of your consciousness because, you know, so guys, well, basically, Sonny, is this. You've been around for many moons, some more moons than me, but I don't know how long of your life that you were necessarily not, perhaps you'd say, awake, right? But now you certainly are. And now you're looking back, you have your life of wisdom that you've garnered, you've gained all this wisdom and experience from your life. And now you're looking around going, everyone's in a freaking slumber, man. And it is an accurate depiction, man. People are in an absolute slumber. Whether it's go to a store, buy a product that you are going to be exposed to because you're washing your clothes with it. And people don't even think to question what's in it. because there's no ingredient list. But it's not that there's, I don't want to say like stupid sleeping sheep, NPCs, like that's a bit, it's like, it's more so a naive thought that like nothing bad for me really that's that bad would like be sold because I'm sure like someone's checking if this shit is safe. You know what I mean? It's like the naive thing people think is like if it was so bad, like they wouldn't be selling it, right? Well, last I checked, they sold baby powder for a long ass time, and that turns out to be a total shitstorm with toxins, talcum, or there's asbestos in there or something. So shocking, man. Maniac said they have just voted in red flag law. Oh, dude, I know. I heard about that. I know, dude. I know. Stock said, "Where in Ontario are you at? I'm in London. I'm hoping to plan my escape from this hellhole." But hold on, dude. Hope means uncertain. So I don't know about hoping. If you make a plan and you make a plan A and you stick with plan A, it's going to be made. But I get it. Like, dude, yeah, if I was born and had family and everything in fucking Toronto, like it would probably be quite a leap to get out of there. But it can be done. I know all kinds of people who left the city, even just from COVID, they got the hell out. Which is, there's definitely room up here. But I mean, how many fucking people do we want? You see posts where it's like, don't come to California or, Texas, or like there's posts about beautiful spots like in Florida. And it's like, yeah, don't come here. Like it sucks. But I see it, dude. Florida, it's a peninsula, man. It's not too big. It's big, but I mean, like, it's a peninsula, right? And if you're living there in the interior and you're like beautiful, like you're in the countryside, you got your coconut trees, your palm trees, you got your freaking bananas growing. And then you see down the road, you got binoculars and you see a gigantic fucking apartment building being built next to a giant Walmart and a huge parking lot. They're bulldozing your shit because everyone's fucking moving there. I get it. I get it, man. I know. I know. You just got to keep going. Well, here it's like people, if it's getting too populated, everyone just goes north because north there's nothing. Um, I've seen that guy's channel, Larry. That's dope, man. Um, oh, Maine too. If you go to Maine, you do eat a lot of good old seafood. But apparently in the Bible it does say to not consume certain, or it's not any shellfish, but like apparently lobster is on the list of shit like pork that we shouldn't really consume. I wonder though, if you just bless it, you should be okay. Like you're not supposed to eat animals that don't have like a separated hoof. Like horse, for example, is not a separated hoof, a perforated hoof or whatever it's called. Whereas deer, cow, goat, lamb, pig does not have a separated hoof. Uh, Also, some say we should only be eating prey animals, not predators. The problem with predators, if you're eating a wolf or bear, you could have that brain parasite and it's like a different vibration. But I mean, if you're surviving, you're going to shoot a wolf and eat it. But that's kind of like eating a dog. But if you're from China, you eat dogs. So whatever. I mean, but I wonder. Maine said, "What do you recommend for deodorant that actually works?" Dude, honestly, I just mostly just kind of stink like BO all the time. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, you have a shower and you cut a slice of lemon and you just literally lemon, the acidity in it reacts with the baseness, the basic pH or whatever of the sweat. That works apparently for a little while. Um, I don't have like a brand I could really tell you. It's not going to be found at a department store or a Walmart or anything like that. Go to a specialty health food store. There'll be someone working and say, "Look, my armpits, I got to deal with them. And I'm not trying to put aluminum and barium and strontium on them." And they'll hook you up for sure. I was awake since the early 70s. Holy shit. Do you guys know that Sunny designed the Orange County flag in California? She drew that in her grade 11 class and she won the contest. I'm not kidding. Um, isn't it wild that raw cow milk is fully illegal or restricted in 32 of the 50 states? That's 64% restriction. One word, enzymes. No shit, dude. 100% shocking. I know, but you can buy Cinnamon Toast Crunch flavored bacon. I had a huge organic garden before my oldest son was born, and he's going to be 50 in June. So you were 24 when you had your first dear soul into this world, Sonny. That is so beautiful. Guys, you don't understand. This weekend, big bonanza. We had the ATV with the tracks on it. We were towing the little ones through the forest. Big shoo-wow, big habang. It was freaking awesome. The next morning you wake up. You can never go back to that moment. You can never go back to any moment. You're only in the present. And I know everyone says time flies. It freaking does, dude. And you got to be so content and happy in your present moment now, because you will look back in years and go, damn, it wasn't so bad, or damn, I could have done this, that, or the other. Like, it's freaking shocking, man. Hello from Seattle. Seattle, I just mentioned Washington, man. That's freaking awesome. I live in California. Yep, it gets cold here, like 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know why I presumed California was just hot all the time, but like, surely like San Diego is always hot, eh? Hope can mean confidence. Okay. Dude, I'm way behind in the comments. Usually I'm caught up, but like you guys are all commenting. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so yeah, exactly. Larry Bird, the baby powder shit. It's just toxic, man. I never let my kids eat candy and junk either. Guys, Sonny was a dear awake soul before literally a shitload of you were even born. Incredible, Sonny. Jake said, until I get the male vitality stack in the mail and start detoxing, I'm going to play my new favorite drinking game. Take a drink every time you say shocking. Haha. You're good, man. Swing said, Jake, you'll be hammered. Yes, I hear you. I'll be more careful with my intentions and verbiage. I will escape from here. That being said, never say bless you, be less. Yeah, oh, that's right, dude. I will escape from here. Um, yeah, that's pretty much good. Or like, instead of focusing on where you're escaping from, you want to put your focus on where you are choosing to go. So don't focus on where you're getting out of. Focus on where you're getting into. You know what I mean? My cousin owns Jones Lobster Co. No shit, Sonny. Is that a big one? That's crazy, man. Karate John says, "Bo, the way to go." Oh man, I'm trying to stay focused, but these commas are cracking me up, man. Lobsters and crabs are bugs. Yeah, they are tasty bugs, man. That's for sure. Larry Bird said, "Yeah, I totally agree. My whole life I felt ostracized going against the grain. They tried to kick me out of public school for not getting a fax, but luckily I graduated at 17, so I was in the clear." Dude, Larry, that's crazy, man. Good for you for holding your own, man. Good for freaking you. Put rubbing alcohol on your armpits after your shower. It kills the smell all day for me. Really? I'll try that. Does it not burn? Okay, I'm caught up now, I think. Okay. That's the old covenant, and we are made a new creation under Christ according to Paul's teachings in the New Testament. Eat all the lobster you want. Okay, fair. Bifurcated hoof. See, Maniac, I hope you know. Bifurcated, I didn't even know that. I didn't know. I thought it was, separated, split hoof, right? But you can tell, I'd hope, that I'm not sitting here going, I know all about this, and that, and this, and that. I mean, I heard this and heard that. And we have experts in the chat. I mean, dude, we have tank commanders. If freaking Captain Walt is on the live right now, he was a tank commander in Desert Storm, and he is a commercial airline pilot, and he's flown AC-130s. Okay, we have experts in the chat, and that's the great thing about going live. We can talk to all you guys. San Diego also gets cold, of course, all relative, but like low. Okay, so that is actually decently cold. Wow, it would suck. My dad once he went to Florida for the winter, and anyway, it was freaking cold when he went there, and he was expecting it to be nice and warm. What's interesting though? Shout out to Dad Focus, by the way. Shout out to you, man. I'm gonna quickly announce we are live on Mr. Instagram over here, and let me just refresh this. How are we doing? Boom, bang, bangity, guys! In 6,000 followers, I will be the most followers I've ever had on Instagram, because I had 937,000 in 2021, and then I got deleted. And we're almost about to hit a million. I don't look at me, dude. I could have 100,000. I could have 1,000. I could have one follower. That doesn't make me. I don't look at that as like, oh, I got a million followers. I look at it as if you notice, my page isn't about me. Maybe some people think it should be more about me, personal branding it, rather than like making a bunch of videos talking about all this crazy stuff and then saying, whatever. But some people be like, I am Shane Vibe Truth. I have figured all this shit out. I've never really felt that drawn to that because it kind of seems like I'm not trying to hype up my follower count. I'm telling you guys this because it is a milestone. But my point is that dear souls are awakening at all times, man. I mean, it's just freaking great. It just tells you that if a million people follow, I mean, it kind of adds credence too. It's like you're talking to like a family member or something. And it's like, dude, there's a million people who also think that GMOs are a little bit messed up and we shouldn't be spraying glyphosate on our food, and that Monsanto might be a little bit more evil than people may think. You know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna announce we're live on Instagram right now. So there is going to be a surge of people on here. If you just joined, we're doing the last call for the chalk minerals. We are giving away a $60 bottle of the chalk minerals on the live, which is cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah. Cold water extracted, full matrix of minerals, rebuilds your DNA, massively boosts brain function, ignites every biological minerals ignite every biological process in the body. Most people today, even if you're eating 100% organically, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals. So we're giving away a free chalk minerals. One more. The way the deal works is, I'm about to post it in the chat. I just already did. The number one supplement at chalk.com for men and women is the hot water purified Shilajit, which is clinically studied to boost fertility, increases brain function, optimizes your endocrine system. It's believed to decalcify the pineal gland. It's extremely pro-fertile, and it induces neurogenesis, which is the production of new brain cells. So I'm going to take one right now, actually. It has a funny smell, eh? Shilajit, I always love that smell. So Shilajit, number one supplement for men and women. The way the deal works is this. If you're the next person to go to chalk.com and add any supplement or bundle to your cart, and you apply the discount code 44life, you get a 44% off lifetime discount, which you can cancel or modify your subscription at any time. And automatically, you're going to get, if you're the next person to order, you get a free chalk minerals included in your order. I do recommend, because they're doing a 44 freaking percent off lifetime discount, go with a stack, dude. Get the male stack, the female stack, the performance stack, which has the Chad mode in it. You're getting multiple doses for the price of a fraction of a dose with that discount. And the Chad mode has the blue spirulina and the organic caffeine. So we're talking organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, which is neuroprotective. It's good for your brain. Forget about all the stuff they say, coffee, bad for you. Well, it is bad. Coffee can be shit for you if it's sprayed with pesticides and moldy beans, which is a problem. But with the Chad mode, you're getting organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans before they can even go freaking moldy. Blue spirulina, extremely detoxifying, binds to heavy metals, phthalates, microplastics, free radicals. You gotta try the freaking Chad mode, man. It is absolutely amazing. I actually really appreciate that about you. Honesty will always trump fake humility or unexpert. Well, exactly, maniac. I mean, yes, thank you. And I do try to, I intentionally am like aware is that I'm not sitting here going like, so dope because a million people think, I mean, like I just never have been. But like I said, I probably actually should make my page a little bit more about me because some people do like the more personal shit, like vlog style. I could show you guys around. I mean, I'm gonna take a Shilajit right now. Can't tell if I hear a cat meowing outside, who literally will freeze to death soon if there is one out there. But my cats are accounted for. The dog's inside. The doors are battened down. The hatches are battened up. I brought in a shitload of wood, so the wood pile is stacked in the basement. The fire is stoked. The catalytic converter is turned on. We're warm and cozy inside of a freak Arctic storm that is bringing unseasonable record-breaking temperatures. Not for Canada, but for a lot of states, and probably this time of year is a bit of a record breaker. -16 December. In fact, I bet you it's -20 right now. I walked out this morning. I could not believe, dude. I'm thinking, bro, this is February freaking weather in December. Is it about to get a shitload colder? Look, freezing cold advisory. minus 19. Feels like minus 19, minus 15. Dude, it is freaking cold. So that's your guys' is like 0 degrees. We're talking 0 freaking degrees. Um, what do you mean swing? Shane, I don't have a like button here. I hit the 3 dots and they don't give me that option on my screen. That's okay. Thank you, Lou. You know, if we were on Instagram, I would say like, I mean, sorry, if we were on YouTube, like comment, like, well, comments probably help too, but I don't really know there's much of an algorithm per se on Rumble. I'm more, it's more like a spot you got to send everyone to. So, but likes surely help. So I do appreciate that you tried to like it. Um, Purple, by the way, great username. Hold on, I'm pretty sure you're like all of you guys have a different color name when you comment. I'm pretty sure purple, by the way, there and it's random. Like sometimes swings a different color, but purple is actually purple, I think. But I am color deficient, so I don't know if I fully see it right. Alabama John said he wants to talk to you right now. He is also live on Rumble. Come by when you are free. Who the heck is Alabama? Is he in Alabama, dude? Is he talking about the weather too? Shout out to freaking Alabama. John, who is this guy? Hold on a second. John. Can't he raid me or whatever? Oh, he is live right now. Let's watch him. Holy shit, he's got it.
That was a request, bro. Locked in.
Dude, he's freaking giving her, man. How does he only have he has 500 followers, but he's got 1.7K watching. That's freaking dope. I gotta go check this guy out. Okay, so shout out to Purple, man. I want to go rewind his live to see what he said. But anyways, glyphosate is Monsanto married to Bayer currently exceeds 40 billion in settlements because they kill it. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. Larry Bird said, "Where are you, Shane? Dude, I'm in freaking Ontario, dude. I'm way the heck north, but even though somehow Lou is more north than me, but I'm in Ontario, Canada, dude. I thought that Milo video was pushing you there a couple months ago, 1 million. Oh, huh. Dude, swing. That would be dope, but I don't think that necessarily happened. I was thinking maybe, but dude, he's got a weird follower group. Like his followers are all like, I don't know. It's weird, man. But no, I don't think I got many followers from them. It's an interesting crowd that follows that guy. Alman said, so nice taking the Chad mode. Interestingly enough, to feel a surge of social confidence going into the gym when I take it. Before taking it, would suffer from severe social anxiety since the gyms are full. Dude, shout out to Almond Bro. Listen, Almond Bro. Dude, this is why your parents need to have many children because you need brothers and you need an older brother to punch you in the arm, to lift you up and hype you up and make you feel stoked because there's too many guys, and I know many, who are, there's a confidence thing going on, an anxiety thing going on that doesn't need to be. Of course, they need a strong father too. I don't know why I jumped right to strong brother rather than father too, but we need strong dads, man. And there's a epidemic of men who, like I had a great freaking upbringing, man. Not a single freaking problem. But interestingly, like I'm going around and some shit I mess up and some things I make mistakes and I go, dude, I had a great upbringing and a ton of opportunity and everything. And even I'm having a hard time at this, that, and the other. I can only imagine there's so many different people in different positions and yada, 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 that, you know, this world is a funny place, man. There's no instruction manual when you're freaking born. But anyways, my point is that I'm stoked. The Chad mode is hyping you up and getting you freaking going. And I want to say too that confidence, man. I'll make a whole video on it. You got to have it. You got to choose to have it 100%. Um, Larry. Well, um, there's definitely a plan to lower testosterone levels. Put it that way, man. 100%. Dude, Almond, I didn't know you were taking Chad mode already. That's freaking awesome. Okay, I'm gonna announce that we're live real quick on Instagram. Let me just look at this. Let me just look. Hold on a sec. This fucking thing. Okay. Dude, this Alabama John guy, I'm like scrolling through his live quickly. He's like he's crushing beers, he's smoking darts, he's watching like a country music video. I don't know. I gotta come back and find out what he anyway. Shout out to Alabama John though, man. I'm gonna toss you a follow there, dude. I don't have no idea a single thing he's ever posted about, but I'm sure he's got, I mean, he's got a strong follower, a strong audience, so I'm sure he's dope. Um, okay, so hold on a second. Let me just type this in. Boom, bang, bang. And guys, hold on, let me double check some with chalk. Let me just see, make sure if anyone ordered with that code already to get the free minerals. Makes sense. I only grew up with a younger sister. Thank you. You along these other YouTubers have been my male role models as a dude. Haha. Dude, this is why guys like Andrew Tate did get like exceptionally viral and shit is because there is many, you know, young men and stuff who haven't had the most hardcore um positive per se upbringing and whatnot. Um not that, but like yeah, strong masculine like role model, man. It is rarer today than probably ever before in human history. So good for you for seeking out, but again, that can make or break you, right? Swings. It doesn't always help to have an older brother, but sometimes, you know. Um, but anyways, what I was going to say, Almond, is that anything can make or break us, right? Like, so you're letting that make you, and you're seeking out. And guess what, dude? Because you have to like be self-taught, basically, you're studying and following other people, like other male role models and shit. You may find because you had this like desire and a draw to seeking that stuff out that you may be at the end of the day more equipped per se than someone who did have a super strong positive male role model in their life growing up because they maybe take it for granted or whatever, whereas you like learned it yourself and it may make you stronger than you even know, man. um so hold on a second. Let's do this announcement that we are live. This is pretty much the last call on the free minerals, guys. There's a few people on the site still browsing. If you're on the fence, you haven't tried Chalk yet, go to chalk.com, use the coupon code 44life. You get a lifetime 44% off discount. You can cancel or modify your subscription at any time, and automatically, if you're the next person to order, you get a $60 bottle of the Chalk minerals um, in your order, which is cold water extracted from a humic shale deposit in Utah. um, So, but Swing, you say you had, but then you said he is. So it sounds like I thought at first you meant like he passed away, but no, it's just that he's okay, you know. Um, clam bakes. Okay, hold on a sec. My entire family. Oh wow, look what Maniac said. My entire family are lobstermen or boat builders. So yeah, coastal Maine is still very much for the working people, but a lot of the land is being bought up by out-of-state people. Yeah, Maniac. I mean, fuck, Goldie Hawn owns a freaking cottage near me, and same with Kevin O'Leary. I mean, it's yeah, the rich come in and buy up all the nice. But I mean, they also sometimes inject some of the funds into the local. Like, dude, I have friends who work on cottages where the cottage sells for like is purchased for 20, $30 million, and their job is to go in and rip out the $200,000 perfectly functional kitchen to replace it with a $250,000 kitchen that was just tweaked to the new owner's preference. Like they got money to freaking burn, dude. And I know it's shocking, but that's the best place for kids to grow up, Maniac. Yeah, around people who are it's the blue collar, man, and it's freaking there's nothing like it, man. In regards to the environment. Like what I mean is you go to a rural area. It's close knit. People know each other. They honk the horn at each other. They wave. They know each other. They look out for each other. You don't, unfortunately, you do not get that in a city anymore. Unless there's some, maybe Poland or something. But even then, there's so many fucking people, like, it's hard to, in a small town, no, man. I go to the post office, I know her, I can't go through town without seeing someone I know. And then, it's lovely, man. So I get it, man. I could live in Maine for sure. Now, are there many maple trees on the coast? If you were living on coastal Maine, could you still harvest maple sap and boil and make maple syrup? Oh yeah, and Lou, the blue collar folks are the ones who are going to be at your front door if a tree falls in a storm. They'll be cutting it down before the town ever hears about it. Yeah, exactly, G Maley. That's true too. Welcome everyone. So, breaking shocking news. And when I first made these posts a couple days ago, people were like, huh, "It's just winter," and I was like laughing. I'm like, "Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just cold. Like it's winter." But you know that this is record breaking, right? Like, dude, it's minus 20 right now. It's never minus 20 the first week of December, like ever. And we're talking over 100 million people in the northern and even some southern states. Freezing temperatures. I'm talking like bursting pipes. And I found out too, Swing probably knows this. We're live on Rumble right now. A lot of places don't have their pipes buried in the ground because they don't need to because it doesn't get cold. So if a place all of a sudden gets super cold, it's just freaking shocking. So we're live on Rumble right now discussing what exactly the plan is with this because some would say, the mainstream anyway, is saying that the climate is changed and so it's causing the polar vortex to be unstable or the jet stream or whatever. I can tell you there's another angle, but I'm not going to necessarily give the whole thing on here because it's Instagram. I got to be careful. Mending said, we had to fix a burst pipe today. Left the hose on. Dude, I'm telling you, man. And little Snide said, 10 here, never this cold in early December. I know, man. It's freaking shocking. This guy said New York is not only cold, but is brainwashed by liberals. It's cold as hell. Oh my God. Okay, here, landfill core, I'll give you a hand, man. There you go. Guys, we are doing a deep dive on this whole situation and what the agenda is behind it on my Rumble channel right now. Alex said he just saw snow for the first time in his life this week. Dude, I'm telling you, man, I got a foot of snow outside, but the fact that's strange is that it's so freaking cold. So listen, we're doing a deep dive on this on my Rumble channel. It's free to download, free to join, and free speech. Minnesota is cold as F. I know, dude. I'm near you guys. It's freaking cold. There's something going on here. If you want to hear the other side of the story uncensoredly, freedom of speechly, go to the link in my bio, click the link tree, and click the Rumble link. It's a platform alternative to YouTube. It's no censorship. It's freaking awesome. And there's already 60 people on. It's people who want to do the deep dives into these subjects without seeing any, where I don't have to bite my tongue. Like over here, I got to trip over words and I can't really fully speak freely because of this censorship that's going on. So yeah, thank God for Rumble. Okay, hope to see you guys. Record snow levels in Chicago for November. Holy crappers, man, really. We didn't even have that much snow in November, and I'm north of you guys. So New Jersey's freezing. I know. It's freaking cold, dude. I walk outside today, crunchy feet. It's in my stories, and I'm going, is it this cold already? What the heck day is it? December 8th. It's shocking. And the moonlight, too. Moonlight is colder than hold on. The light that the moon casts is colder than the shadow that the moon creates. Like, you understand what I'm saying? But they say the moon reflects light from the sun. But the light coming off the moon is colder than the shade that the moon's light creates. So in other words, it's a cold light. So it emits that the only physics, if you want to go, the only explanation is that it's emitting a cold light. Otherwise, it can't reflect sunlight and it be cold light. That makes no sense. It's shocking. We'll talk about it on Rumble. I hope to see you guys there. It's at the link in my bio. Friendship, Maine. See, that sounds like a great spot, man. 2013 and 2012 was a record breaker for low temps in Michigan. Really, Swing? See, here's the thing. They used to call it global warming. They had to change it to climate change because then they could blame any weather event on climate change, this boogeyman. Which, by the way, you want to know something? Something that's shocking. And if you guys are paying attention, you'll also pick up that something about this is weird. Do you ever notice that a whole lot of the crises that we are up against and or experiencing on, worldwide are invisible? Listen to this. You'll be shocked. Catastrophes. One of the biggest alleged catastrophes in our lives is to do with something that we cannot see, taste, touch, feel, or smell. But it is what many countries' new policies and laws are completely hedged around and directly connected to. You cannot see, touch, taste, feel, measure, or do anything a normal person with carbon dioxide. But yet, it is the boogeyman which allegedly threatens all of our existence in this world. You can't see it, it's invisible. But it is the thing that apparently is going to doom all of Earth, carbon dioxide. Yet, if you go, and listen to this, yet, if you go to any greenhouse, a company that sells parts and things to do with greenhouses, you will know many greenhouse, farmers and producers of food, they buy a machine that emits carbon dioxide to increase the yield and growth rate of the plants. And you have other people saying that carbon dioxide is not, it's not that the trees absorb it, it's that they feed on it. And that it is a vital plant nutrient. And without it, we'd be gimped. Furthermore, if the world was warming, do you know how much more food could be grown in Europe and North America? The growing season would be extended. More food could be produced. And furthermore, the warmest places generally in the world, closer to the equator, have more biodiversity, more plants, and more animals. The warmest parts of the ocean, 100%, have the most biodiversity around Indonesia and all around there, as long as China doesn't freaking use all those damn boats. Did you see that? China's offshore fishing on these little islands where there's no military for this little country, and they just fish the shit out of the ocean. It's freaking shocking, man. But anyways, if it even was warming, which I 100% do not believe it is, because we've had colders, we've had warmers, we've had wetters, we've had dryers. It's been all over the place. But what they never mention, or they seem to fail to mention, is that, listen to this, how this has played out. The last 20 years, chemtrails was a conspiracy theory. We are not spraying anything that's a conspiracy. Then everything changed about 10 years ago when they started publishing articles like the one in the UK that said that you can pay $80,000 to $100,000 to guarantee a rain-free wedding day in the United Kingdom. How? They spray silver iodide and other chemicals into the sky to disperse clouds. It reacts with the water molecules. So spraying chemicals in the sky, I thought, was a theory. Then, just last year, the United Kingdom again announced that they're going to be experimenting dimming the sun to fight climate change. But how does it look? How are they planning to dim the sun? They would be injecting chemicals, atmosphere. It's called stratospheric injections of aerosols, and they spray these aerosols to dim the sun. But so what does that look like? Well, it looks like a plane flying with a trail behind it. Okay. But we already see that now. We're already seeing planes fly, leaving trails all over the place every day. So it's funny. They announced we might experiment with dimming the sun, but if we had logic, we would see it seems they're already doing that in places other than the UK. And then they're doing soil samples and finding aluminum, barium, and strontium and other toxic heavy metals in some of the most remote regions around the world. And not to mention in our lungs and brains. And it is not, I don't think it is to just, it is to lower our frequency, it is to alter us and to keep us in a lowered state. But I don't think it's to actually unalive us like quick. I think it's about slow dose, lower the vibration, lower the frequency, lower their brain function, lower their ability to think 100%. And there's a bit of transhumanism is the connection of humans with AI. And what's interesting is humans and AI is biology and technology, right? What is Monsanto? What do they call themselves? A biotech company. Biology and technology. They take corn and they insert a patented gene that is technology into it. And then they claim ownership over the whole plant. Even though there's thousands of DNA strands, they put one in there that they have a patent on. They say they own the whole plant. And that's how they go around suing farmers and putting them out of business because of cross-pollination issues. My point is we're seeing this transhuman agenda, but also transplant agenda, if that makes sense. I mean, they're making plants have technology in them. And it's a big plan, and it's coming around the corner in 2030, which is why it's more important than ever to be decalcifying our pineal glands now, to be detoxing the heavy metals and phthalates and BPA out of us now, for guys to be boosting their testosterone levels now, because there's a total plan to weaken. If you were all Braveheart, if every guy in the UK was like Braveheart, there's no way they could do what they're doing in the UK right now. If even half of them, if even a third of them, you know what I'm saying? So they don't want that Braveheart gene in you, or think of the Patriot. They don't want the Mel Gibson gene in you, in guys. And that's why many people consider that this whole thing with the food supply is part of a plan. It's not a coincidence. It's a strategic, calculated thing to weaken and lower us. It's a war on humanity, 100%. I wanted to mention before we get into the next shocking part about this winter storm that is a little bit, I mean, make sure you got some extra blankets or something, man. It's a little bit hairy, especially with Candace Owens' shocking tweet about saying there's going to be some 9/11 style event in the second week of December. I hope to God she's freaking wrong about that. But I wanted to announce we are giving away the final, this is the last call on the chalk minerals that we're giving away on the live. Minerals rebuild your DNA. They detox heavy metals and phthalates from you. They ignite every biological process in the body. And even if you are eating 100% organically, you're getting less than 10% of the full matrix of minerals, which is shocking. So we're giving away a free $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. The way the deal works, and it is first come, first serve, and according to Chalk, there's one slot left. So this is basically the last call. But I guess, I mean, if someone does this on the live, like, we will honor it, even if there's 2 or 3. But it's basically like we're about to button down. This is the last call. If you go to chalk.com, the number one supplement for men and women is kind of tied between the hot water purified Shilajit, which is clinically studied. It's a hormone optimizer. It's a fertility booster. It stimulates the production of new brain cells. It's super detoxing. For guys, it boosts testosterone. For girls, it optimizes your endocrine system, and it's pro-fertile for both. Ours has 10 or 11 clinical studies on it. So most Shilajit is the tar resin that you've seen probably, which is 20 to 30% water. It's diluted. It's lower dose. It's lower bioactive compounds. It's not nearly as good for you. It can contain heavy metals even. Whereas ours is heavy metal tested and clinically studied and then hot water purified. So it's super freaking potent. If there's a single supplement you'd be taking today, like people are taking fucking iron and shit, like, dude, forget about all that bullshit. Get Shilajit into you, man. It's a freaking superfood. It's the destroyer of weakness. Genghis Khan took it. Bruce Lee took it. Arnold Schwarzenegger took it. The Russian military secretly studied it for 40 years. Like, it has some freaking credence to it. So Shilajit, chalk.com. I just put the link in the chat, choq.com. The next person to go get if you order something from chalk.com and you add it to your cart and you apply the discount code 44life, which I included there, that's a 44% off lifetime discount. You can cancel your subscription or modify it at any time. And if you order on the live, you get a free $60 bottle of the chalk minerals. However, because it's 44% off for life, and usually Chalk is doing like a 20% off discount, it's a pretty big freaking deal. They're like segueing down from the Cyber Monday deal. I recommend looking at the stacks because that way you're getting like the male stack, for example, is the three most potent and popular superfoods for men at chalk for testosterone, for sperm count, sperm motility, fertility, detoxification, pineal gland function, energy levels for men. For women, the female stack, hormones, pro-fertile, detox, brain function, memory, concentration, and focus. We got all the clinical studies. 44% off for life with that discount code. And the one thing you absolutely have to freaking try, I mean, I say this, but it's not like mandatory or anything. The Chad mode, dude. Organic blue spirulina, organic caffeine, cold water extracted from green coffee beans, extremely detoxifying, binds to free radicals, phthalates, microplastics, and pesticides. That's what the blue spirulina does. And it's naturally energizing. There's no pre workout or energy drink, to my knowledge, in the freaking world that not only is sweetened with maple sugar crystals and flavored with organic lemon juice powder, but has one of the most powerful binders in it in the natural world, which Chad mode or blue spirulina rather is considered to be. So this is the last call in the deal. Chalk.com is the site. The coupon code is 44life. Apply that to any subscription or bundle, and you're getting a free minerals. I do recommend though, you got to try that Chad mode, man. Yeah, dude, I remember G. Malley. Remember when Bill Gates came on there and said, if we do a good job with some certain medical procedures, we could lower the world population by about 10 or 15%. Logic would tell you what he just told you is exactly as it sounds. Very shocking. Conifers that are found on the side of the highway are actually healthier than those found in the deep woods. They produce more photosynthesis, more water on the highway with snowbanks and more sun. Wow, that's interesting. Maniac, that's crazy, dude. So that actually makes sense. Holy crappers, man. Yeah, I guess way in the deep woods, they're kind of fighting over the CO2, trying to get the CO2, whereas next to the highway, there's plenty of CO2. I do see trees growing in the middle of two friggin' lanes of highway that are growing beautifully. The only thing I wonder though is that they do sometimes, like the salt that they put on the roads is shit for the soil. And a lot of times they're spraying glyphosate on the side of the roads too. But I believe that from the CO2 aspect. That's a really cool freaking angle, dude. That's really cool. Isn't it conifers though? Or I might be tripping here. Conifers. It's conifers, right? Our global population heading up to 9 billion. If we do a really good job with new vaccines and healthcare, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%. Dude, that was a pretty much direct quote, actually. Yeah, that is freaking shocking, man. You got to keep your head on a freaking swivel. By the way, um, I don't believe we're actually even going up anywhere near those billions because you know what's crazy? China's population is said to be um, 1.3 billion or something. In 1950, it was confirmed to be 500 million. In order to go from 500 million to 1.3 billion, the average Chinese woman would have to have 5 kids. Um, and between 1950 and 2020, which is those two reference points of 500 million population to 1.3 billion, there was a 40-year one-child policy and a great famine, which killed millions. So there's no fucking way China has 1.3 billion people. With that, how do we know about other the true population of the earth? It might be billions less, man. They lied about so much other stuff. I mean, really, I wouldn't be surprised. Isn't that shocking? Guys, if you're watching right now, make sure you turn on your live notifications so that you know when we're live next. And eventually, I don't have to rely on Instagram's live to let everyone know that we're live here. Um, Shout out to Jesus is King, man. Great username, dude. That's not really out of pocket. That's exactly on topic, man. Is the earth flat? I mean, is it a ball? I mean, it does seem. We're gonna have to do a full live on that, dude. But yeah, I mean, it does definitely seem not to be a ball. I think that dinosaurs, space, and NASA were all just connected to discredit the creation story. I think it's a total anti-God thing. Like it's a rebellion against the natural world. It's a rebellion against God because evolution, dinosaurs, and space are in direct contravention to the Genesis story. There's a firmament We were created in 7 days. There's no fucking dinosaurs. We didn't evolve. We were created. So, that's a deep dive, man. That's a deep dive for another night, though. That firmament, though, I'd love to go up there, but what's on the other side of it? Like, I don't know. What? Another realm? A different dimension? Okay, so we're going to, the last call is extended. If you're going to get anything at chalk.com, make sure you use that coupon code 44life. You're going to get the free minerals if you order tonight. I highly recommend, dude. Like, that is a smoking freaking deal. And you're getting the free minerals included with it. You got to try the Chad mode. Check out the male and female stack. There's a ton of amazing info on the site as well. That's Chalk, which, by the way, Chalk is based in the United States, founded in Texas, ships out of Georgia, all American customer service team, family owned. And I've been working with them promoting and sharing the good word of Chalk since 2019. So this is like a legit. Oh, and they have 5,000 third-party verified 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. So freaking legit, man. Shout out to Swing, man. Thanks for joining. You were the first one to comment too, man. Shout out to Swing. You know, Swing, everyone's like, sometimes people are like, oh, I didn't get the notification. You seem to always get the notification, so you got it turned on, right? That's crazy, Larry. That's freaking trippy, man. Yeah, that is. I've seen a couple UFOs myself. I didn't know what I was looking at. Could have been military, could have been blue beam, could have been a legit UFO, you know. But anyways, guys, thank you all for joining. Make sure your live notifications are on. Any orders placed tonight, you're getting a free minerals in it. Make sure you use the discount code 44life. And this was a great freaking live. We had a good time. And get another winter jacket, man. Unless you're like Swing who lives in Florida, but might be getting cold here soon. So keep your head on a swivel, all right? Much love, everyone. Thanks for joining. You can DM me anytime, and we'll see you on the next live tomorrow, all right?